Chair, I would like to reintroduce Mr Caulfield.
Mr Caulfield, I'll just let you know, this needs to be a question about AMP's business specifically, because that's what the meeting's about. Otherwise, I'd ask you to take your seat.
The model litigant was about AMP's business specifically, so
No, so this question I'm talking about.
Sure, and my last question was, so I'm not sure why you would give me that warning in advance.
Well, because I've seen how you operate.
I beg your pardon.
So,
I beg your pardon.
So you come to these meetings, you've got an axe to grind across the industry, and then you take up time making statements that aren't questions.
That is a disgrace. I do a lot. I'm paid nothing to do this. I've travelled down here from Queensland at my own expense. I do a lot for the industry. In fact, thank you for raising it. I wrote to Alexis George and 6 other banks some month ago. And it was designed to assist the industry because when people get scammed or hoaxed, there's no standard email address to respond to.
No, but hopefully there's phone numbers that they can ring straight away, and I'm sure...
Oh yes, and those phone numbers, there's long delays. Let me continue. And so CBA, to their credit, has hoax email addresses. Westpac has a hoax email address. And I simply asked Ms George and 7 banks to standardise it so that the public at large would know all I have to do is go hoax at AMP, hoax at CBA. Do you know of the 7 people I wrote to? The only one that dismissed me was Ms George. I've got others that have actually said, thank you, Mr Caulfield, we're going to raise it with the ABA. And so I stand here today congratulating Westpac and congratulating Commonwealth Bank for starting that. And I congratulate all the other banks for having model litigant principles. You are totally out of line with your comments. They are actually defamatory.
What? Defamatory?
Yes, about their reflections on my character.
No.
That is a disgrace to the heart. You may well turn my microphone off, but that is disgraceful.
Okay, thank you.
I worked with Alexis George at no cost to me, at no income to me, at a cost to me, to help bring in model litigant and fairness principles based on the disgusting experiences that I've had. And those experiences across different banks inform me. And I am out there to protect other customers and other shareholders and make things better across the industry.
And I'm sure that work's appreciated. I really do hope that it is appreciated because there are some, horrid cases out there. But unfortunately, Mr Caulfield, at this meeting, we're dealing with the business of AMP. And so whilst I applaud the work that you do, and I really do, I'd like to move on now with the meeting, please.
You've contradicted yourself. You talked of my axe to grind and now you've backed...
Sorry. My point about that was this is a meeting for the business of AMP.
Which I'm discussing.
Well, all right.
What's the point of not discussing? It's not business.
Well, look, we'll agree to disagree. Thank you very much for coming down. Thank you for the work that you do, and I genuinely do say that because you are doing it on a voluntary basis. There's no doubt about that. But I really do need to get on with the meeting.
This delay was only caused by you. I'll get on with it now.
It is legitimate that this board be put under pressure and be asked difficult questions. What we witnessed 5 minutes ago was Mr Hirst losing his cool. He got asked some difficult questions and he issued a slur against Mr Caulfield and said to him, I've seen how you operate. I query whether Mr Hirst has the temperament to run a company like this, whether he has the temperament to endure legitimate criticisms, and I invite him to rise to an apology to Mr Caulfield. And I would say this to you, I'm standing for election to represent the great state of New South Wales in Federal Parliament's Senate. If I'm elected, you and your board should wait and see how I operate.
So, So I'll take that as a threat. I think I did say to Mr Caulfield that I appreciate his actions, the voluntary manner in which he goes about it, the fact that he does all that, so I believe I've covered that off. It is my role as the chair to make sure that the meeting is conducted in an orderly manner and to ensure that it deals with the business of the company. Where it starts to go outside of that, I have to make a judgment as to whether or not that is pertinent to the meeting and in the interests of an orderly conduct of the meeting. So, as I said, I appreciate all the work Mr Caulfield does, but we need to keep the discussion to the business of the meeting.
Mr Hirst, making sure that the business of the meeting is conducted in an orderly fashion does not require you to issue slurs against people in this meeting, and because you backpedaled is not the same as rising to an apology.
Okay, well, I'll take that as a comment. Thank you.